Okay, baby, here we go yet again. Another video I gotta go over with the messaging for the dead and some stuff in the article that I looked up long ago on this Maria Murray. I'm gonna get that right, Maria Murray, and the 112 dirtbag. This is a very interesting thing. Because in the original article that I read, of course, back then I was not able to screenshot again. I don't know if I got that maybe off of Wikipedia. Maybe I can go on that and after that see what happened, if that is the case. But what I would like to show on this, and this is from, no, I don't want your damn car. This is from the, I believe, what is the article? It was one I was just on the, anyways, the same one as the, Alaskan beasts and all them. Damn it. Anyways, I want to get right into this. In 2004, 21-year-old, 2004, disappeared on Road 112 in New Hampshire. Her sudden disappearance left behind few clues of a plethora of conspiracy theories and surrounding the Jamison family murders that I did not look into yet. I'm on the verge of getting into that because supposedly this has some connection with this, and I forgot to look that up, mind you. But what is striking me very, very different in this story and very odd, and of course I love to document everything, and when I first read, I did my analyst on and my thoughts and theories on the 112 dirtbag himself, showing the video of him laughing on the 15th anniversary or whatever it was. And of course we know she was a college student at UMass, and that is Amherst College out in Western Mass. So, here's the original. Now, this woman looks very happy to me, very smiley, very outgoing. She was literally in the military or something. She was a security guard at the campus of the school. All kinds of stuff that ran around this girl is very, very guts me thinking, why would she want to be running away from life itself in general? Why would she want to do that? Why? This girl looks happy-go-lucky and looked like everything was going for her the right way. Being in the military, being a security guard, learning how to be a registered nurse and everything, and it goes down to say, there's Donald Dump. She may have run away. But that being said, the fact that the footprints ended, the dog smelt her scent in the middle of the road like she had gotten into a car. All day I'm going with that theory. She was picked up from some unknown stranger that wanted to give her a hand, that was there at the right time, right place, right point. Hell, even could have been following her from the school. Just like Vanessa Marcotte, there was a utility worker from Verizon, and I've been meaning to go over this and do a video out there, but there is a small Verizon building that is literally down the road from where Vanessa Marcotte's body was found. It's at least a 2-mile radius, but this man somehow was either out there pinpointing, any old jogger, woman, anybody that was, that fit running in that area and happened to come across her, or he was a goddamn person that followed and stalked her somehow. But this one, being in the middle of nowhere too, And who knows who was out in there in 2004 at the time. And she only had $280 in cash. Who the hell runs away with $280 in cash right here? You know, these are some of the downfalls of this case. Left her for a family emergency. She told the school she was going for a family emergency. Her father maintained she was abducted by some dirtbags. It's true, I agree with the father. There might have been another driver waiting to pick her up, whatever that means. I think, right, she drove down an icy, snowy road, fell off the road. Supposedly there was no service out there. But whoever was stalking her, I believe, or whoever lived in that area at the time, I don't know, man. I think someone was stalking her, literally. Someone might have picked up her at some point in time of nightclub or whatever, and it gets me to thinking and wondering where this 112 dirtbag originated from. And I think they did say that he did live in New Hampshire or something, or maybe in Mass, but she lived in Mass, family in Mass, could have visited, could have seen her. I think someone literally followed her and did this and had an obsession with her. And the only way this could have happened was if Murrah knew the driver and there was no time wasted for conversation. But, you know, how obvious would that be that, oh, I got in an accident, ran off the road, and all of a sudden someone I know picks me up? No, that's BS. Someone followed her, I think, and gave her help, and she took it. She could have had a secret child. This was not in the other article I covered, and this is friggin' just insane itself. She could have a secret child. Then they said they had a boyfriend report. That I did read about, a boyfriend that was jealous or something. I mean, no doubt in my mind, all right, the boyfriend got jealous, found out she was running, or whatever, and didn't want to be with him no more, maybe, or wanted to just get out, or something was going on. They said she was on medication. They said she was having some mental issues, but, and right here, Murray allegedly was escaping an abusive relationship, because it does, I think, she may be alive and doing well and living in Quebec, Canada. So whatever the case may be, of all this. And then they got this, an anonymous email indicates she is buried on Desolation Trail. Desolation Trail, here's their coordinates. I was going to look this up myself, but also I did a video and I have a picture up as the thumbnail pic. Areas in the friggin' vicinity of, I said it right again, vicinity. I got it. Of the area that shows pictures in very bizarre graphic drawings of some places that she could been, bones been, dismantled and put in different places, or they could be, and this was one of them. But it just doesn't, they don't get a sender. They go through all this and don't even get a sender. They went there and they said volunteers went to find the body but turned around because of the snow. So if this happened in the wintertime, whatever, see what I mean? No updates. Where were the summertime? What about spring? What is the new details on this? There's none. Body's missing, or we'll give up. She might have been a part of a love triangle. I mean, that could be possible too. Two men, jealous. She don't know which one she wants, so she's gonna get up, leave, and not have any of them, and end up dead. But spoke to this guy after Murray went missing. Allegedly mentioned a conversation there with Murray when she mentioned running away. The main element of the story he had with Murray was she mentioned running. Is that when Murray disappeared, she was supposedly going to a cabin in the White Mountains the UMass Outgoing Club owned. Reportedly, Bagadaddy, whatever the hell that name, frequently went on trips with the club. And this just don't sound right. And then they go off saying, Also, she could have frozen to death, but there was no footprints that led to the woods, led anywhere around the vicinity where she walked or supposedly walked away and ran away. She got into a car, people. She got misled into a car of someone that either was stalking her, and I'm going to keep saying that. And they even blame the police in this. And this dirtbag laughing, ha ha ha. They had him laid down as maybe being a escaped asylum patient from the 70s. I gotta go in another room for now so I can finish my videos. I don't get no interruptions. But they claim this guy. Just hang on, bear with me. That this guy could have been a missing mental patient. But I went over this in one of my videos, and this guy doesn't look anything like the missing guy in Vermont or New Hampshire. One of the two, and he went missing. I labeled him as the Zodiac Killer. But I could be wrong. I mean, I probably am, but there's no doubt in my mind that guy could be the Zodiac Killer because of the simple fact that even someone said that they've been searching on the Zodiac Killer for a long time and said that it looks similar, but that ain't him. He was locked up in an institution, but they said he escaped and disappeared. And I was meaning to say this, and I want to get it out now. It's they said he escaped and disappeared in 1974, but how do you know that in the time of the Zodiac Killer started, that wasn't the man that escaped in the mental institution, covered it up, that he escaped and said he escaped in 74 because they couldn't find him. And they probably pronounced him dead in 74. So, well, he's gone, he's probably dead or whatever, he's escaped. There's no more searching this guy, no more. You know, they probably gave up. And yeah, he could have made it all the way to California, did all them crimes, he could have friggin' hung it up, lived his life out, whatever the case may be. But this guy right here is not him. So I did a face comparison, and this guy's features are way too different in the face, and you can tell if you check out my video of the 112 dirtbag, I guess. But I got his face and the original face of the guy who escaped from the asylum together. This guy don't look nothing like him, but he is some sick friggin' prick. In fact, and this gets even more crazier in this because it was 7 years to the day that, Murray's disappearance, the 112 dirtbag that featured this guy laughing like a retard, and getting into this, and then he stops and winks his eye at the end of the video. I watched it. I don't even know if it still plays. They said they have taken it down, but I think it's up. But get this. They say, where was it? Actually, they say in this guy, they went and interviewed him. My father didn't give up the answers. Hang on a sec. They say maybe UMass researchers poisoned her. And if that was the case, that's a horse of crap of shit right there. Because she would have dropped dead at the friggin' scene of the accident of her car on the road. And she would have been there if they poisoned her. So this is ridiculous of what they came out with this. Or I don't know if they're going to say they poisoned her, maybe followed her, maybe these people followed her, pick it up before she dropped dead, right? But, however, this theory isn't based on a fact. And I could have swore, yeah, maybe the Amherst police were involved because they ended here, too, saying the thread debated an Amherst police conspiracy and most users agree in their theories on likeness because cops like to cover up things, but what the hell did they have to do? unless there was a bad cop that was a rapist. And that's the only way I'll go with this. And they say, we know that cops kill. And this is from a Redditor. Well, that Reddit friggin' app channel I tell you about crazy stuff people go on there and post. And if you ain't got it in the right terms, they don't even post your stuff. I've been posting stuff and they tell me, oh, this ain't the right category, you have to try again later or you can't post this. It's like, well, I want to smack the people who make this, but posts like this, and it's called Bill or Cam or whatever. We know that cops kill and that even good cops will cover for them by remaining silent, but cops can't just murder anyone they wish and expect the silence to hold. Police follow a code, a fraternity, I don't use that word all the time, of order against chaos, violence, criminals, drug dealers, gang members. Police believe these men are on the side of chaos. And when a cop illegally kills one other, it rambles on, a cop kills. That only goes to show if this cop did kill, the only way I'm going with this is if he was a serial raper, dragged her and killed her, raped her, and of course out in New Hampshire, a lot of woods. And the police officer can cover up stuff if he's that type of way. But none of the police were investigated for this. And I could have sworn I read somewhere, and I'm not finding it, that this guy was never interviewed. Featured a guy manically laughing. Murray's father refused to hear. Referred to her alleged kidnappers as some dirtbags, which may have promoted the username, while the creator of the video was never identified. And it was in the last article I did. And this is the creator of the video was never identified. They didn't. And I read an article where they said it might be in my other one. It might be. I might have saved that. I might have went over it. If I didn't, I screwed up. But they did say that this guy who wrote this article must not be up to date, but was never identified. They identified him, and they went to his friggin' house, too. And all they could come up with was he's just a friggin' crazy man that pretty much made a video and make a mockery of this story. That's all it was. He didn't have nothing hidden, no secrets, nothing. They supposedly searched him and everything and found nothing. But I think that's bullshit. I do think this man could have had something to do with it. He might be the killer himself, is right. Because there are people that will follow, stalk, find if they see something they like. You can't disclose nothing. And for them not to look into this, let alone, and I think she did post something online that don't say it in here either, that she was going away to a family affair and posted it on the internet where it could have been read, I believe. I want to say that did happen. That did happen. So, that being said, I could be wrong, but I could have sworn I read that she posted it somewhere. And if you going on people's websites, Facebook, and if they accidentally put it in the public thing of what they're going to do, people like this are going to catch up with you. They're going to find you. They're going to stalk you. If they found your page and are reading everything on your page and they see something they like, that's right. You can't disclose nothing. And for them not to look into this man any more than that. And I forget where all the mapping was that I took the pictures of, but I'm sure if I go back on, hopefully. But I did take screenshots of the maps and put them up, so I probably still do have them. And I think I might have saved the original story, or maybe even the Wikipedia. But as you can see, this is a lot of things said differently. A lot of things missing, a lot of things added. And this is why I like to go through these stories, because when there's something missing, something adding, or something that just don't make damn sense, this is why I do this. And I say, man, these are my thoughts and theories. Out of all the damn things that could be put into this story, any more or less are taken out, I'm going with the fact that this woman was picked up by someone randomly, not knowing them, just at the right time, or someone stalking her, just like Vanessa Marcotte. There's a story you can't disclose right there, because this guy had a building in the middle of nowhere, Verizon building, that they do checkups on, that it might be for all the Verizon customers in that Princeton area. And that's what the buildings are for. To check up on data or something throughout the system. And this guy was right en route to where Vanessa Marcotte would jog. I would like to get out there one day and go to the place, pay my respects, tell her in her own poor, lost soul, demise place that she got killed at. Tell her the killer is caught. And hopefully the justice system does right and not do this stupid thing with, oh, this guy didn't understand the English, so he didn't know what he was reading when he read his rights. No. Somebody better get their head out of their ass and chop this guy's head off. End of friggin' story. And as for this bozo down here, Mr. 112 dirtbag, I don't know what your issue is and think you're funny, man. I'd like to meet you face to face. Oh yeah, I would love to meet you, you sick, demented shit. And give you a piece of a psychotic mind from the good side. This is just demented. And now all this comes up. The facts are so twisted in this story, man. Wow. And just to hear that this guy was never identified, which they probably got outdated updates, but I know I read that he was identified and they found nothing. But that does not make him not the suspect. Because if he came up on the same exact date, calls himself the 112 dirtbag, either he's obsessed with this story and this murder, or he's just plain right out the one that did it. Whatever it may be. It's just, yeah, something that's put in your mind of who lives among us. Who's out there. What's beneath the ground. Everything I cover, man. You gotta start thinking. You wanna, and I say it from a great detective's I'll just say famous words. In order to catch a killer, you must think like a killer. And it's got to be on the good side, though. You can't let that shit haunt your mind and become something that you're not. But you have to think like a killer. To catch that killer, you got to go and think, would I do this or would I do that? Would I put her here or I put her there? Do I pick her up here, kill her there, or do I strangle her here and just move on like nothing ever happened? I mean, it's sick to say, but you need that type of mind to catch stuff. This guy right here looks like the type that, yeah, hey, honey, you want to ride? I see you broke down. As he's stalking her page for 6-7 months. As he's finding out every little information detail that she has and looks into everything she writes. And they're out there. So I had to update this story as it's updated today. It's like I say, and I'm glad I did, and I'm glad this came up, because this is one freaking insane story. Want to check out my other videos on this and my thoughts and theories on the mapping and everything? I should have it all down as the 112 dirtbag. I'm going to put this title as the 112 dirtbag, because I still think that guy knows something or is something. Oh yeah, and then all this other stuff they're coming out with, man, is just insane. They ain't focusing on one thing. They got all these thoughts and theories that they're bringing up, and it's just ridiculous. Especially when the school is poisoning their own student as she's trying to become a nurse. Let me find out Amherst College is doing something more out there than just teaching. And they're saying scientists. So what would she be doing in scientist when she's out there in college for nursing? That makes you... things that make you say, So, I mean, you're doing nursing, you're going to go through 4 full-fledged years of nursing. Could be a nurse's aide, doctor's aide as a nurse. Get out there and do the nurse work, but then yet have the scientists of a college you're going to